Hi, the first thing that I would like to do is thank the distributist for doing this guest video. This really means a lot. So people have deeply ingrained beliefs. Some of these beliefs are basic ethical principles like murder is wrong, and others are basic beliefs about physics like the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Politics is too greatly influenced by deeply ingrained beliefs. In this video, I want to talk about a way of thinking that, in my opinion, has greatly influenced politics for almost all of history, and that is what I call equalitarian thinking. Equalitarian thinking is not necessarily the same as egalitarianism. The second is a philosophical doctrine, whereas the first is more of a psychological state. Equalitarian thinking is the emotional impulse that some people feel when they perceive that some people have more than them, especially when they have more by way of unfair means. I'm sure it's obvious to all of us how this manifests itself in politics. Arguments about how it's not fair that the top 1% have more wealth than the bottom 99%, as well as arguments made for getting rid of kings in favor of democracies in the past, are examples of this equalitarian thinking. Many people have argued what the main differences are between the right and the left, but I think the key difference between right-wing and left-wing is instincts rather than policy. What specific policies a person wants is a product of their instincts, but is a side effect of being left or right, not the cause. The real difference between right and left is the degree of equalitarian thinking a person has. The real difference between right wing and left wing is the answer to the question, does it bother you on an emotional level to see someone have more of a good thing than you? If it's yes, then the person is of equalitarian thinking and therefore left. But if it's no, then you're not of equalitarian thinking and therefore right. In short, the left is equalitarian thinking and the right is, well, not equalitarian thinking. The main reason I came to conclude that progressive ideas are the product of this instinct called equalitarian thinking is that from looking at history, the same instincts that drive modern progressives can be seen in other social changes from the past. Ancient Athens originally was run by kings who came from a land-owning aristocracy called the well-born, but through a series of reforms and revolutions, it became a democracy where the many ruled rather than the few. But Athens, under this democracy, became progressively more insane over time. It stole money from the Delian League treasury and put the pro-Spartan politician Cimon in exile, among other things. I bring up Athens because I see a parallel between the Athenian democratic movement and modern progressivism. These two things behave in similar ways, which means they have to be motivated by the same instinct, the instinct I call equalitarian thinking. Most of you are familiar with the concept of bio-Leninism. That is the concept of people who would normally be at the bottom of a society's hierarchy, taking power and status away from the people at the top and giving it to themselves. What I am describing is basically the instinct behind bio-Leninism. And if we look at history, we can see that Athens was the first bio-Leninist state, and that Solon and Cleisthenes were the first bio-Leninists. In fact, all bio-Leninists in history have been motivated by the same instinct to demolish hierarchy that I call equalitarian thinking. Now, equalitarian thinking is very much alive and well in our modern day. Not only did the Equalitarians get rid of the old kings and aristocracies of the past, but they have gotten victory after victory after victory. This has resulted in the bio-Leninists finding more and more different groups who would normally be on the fringes of society and giving them power and status. I said before that Athens was the first ever state governed by equalitarian thinking, and is therefore the first bio-Leninist state. So if we look at Athenian history, we can get a look at where bio-Leninism and equalitarian thinking will take a society. And it's not good. As I said before, Athens under this democracy became progressively more insane over time. It stole money from the Delian League treasury and put the pro-Spartan politician Cimon in exile, among other things. The insanity of Athens eventually got Athens into a disastrous war with Sparta, which Athens lost. The modern West is going in the same direction. People of equalitarian thinking are making things more and more equal and doing more and more crazy things. Look at the 1965 Immigration Act. It's only a matter of time before things get very, very, very bad for the West, and the decaying structure comes crashing down. Thankfully, an intervention is possible. Just as it is possible to get a drug addict off the drugs with intervention, it is also possible to get a society off the equalitarian thinking drug with intervention. This is where we come in. On the internet, there is a growing number of people who are waking up and reaching an understanding of the problem of equalitarian thinking and bio-Leninism, and are educating people about it. If enough people take on the task of rehabilitating the blue pill, like these people have done, then it might be possible to rebuild a good and bright future. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video or agreed with anything that I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I would also like to thank the Traditionalist again for hosting this video. I have plenty of videos on this YouTube channel that will interest you. The link will be in the description. This is Wolf, signing out.